Assalamualaikum, hello and greetings to Madam T.S. Rosliana Fitri Minti Said and my fellow friends. In this video, our group are going to deliver a presentation with the topic of current development of plantation in Malaysia. Before I begin our presentation, I would like to introduce to our group mate. The members in our group are Flairi Friza Japin, Nurzahin bin Jumadil, Nur Izzati binti Abdul Muluk, and Zulhairi bin Yaqub.
Plantation crops that are available in Malaysia are pepper, cocoa, pineapple and paddy. These types of crops are perennial, high value and economically vital crops that contribute significantly to our economy. Malaysia has been improving their production in all of the plantation crops that are available. The industries such as Malaysian Cocoa Board, Malaysian Agricultural Research and Development Institute, and the Pineapple Industry Board plays a huge part in developing and improving the quality of the plantation crops production. An effort of helping the smallholders farmers also been conducted by these industries so that to maintain the production of this crop because of these smallholders farmers also helps in the marketing and economy of the Malaysia's plantation crops. Moreover, with the existence of these plantation crops industries in Malaysia, also helps in providing many job opportunities to the citizens. Every crop that has been mentioned like paddy, cocoa, pepper and pineapple has advantages such as those resulting from spending and demand from supply of users.
Rice is an important part of Malaysian culture and a staple cuisine. Malaysians eat the grain daily, either as cooked rice or as rice flour. Some of the rice-based cuisines we eat include nasi lemak, bihun goreng, laksa, kuih apam, and lepat pisang. Malay weddings feature pulut kuning and Chinese New Year celebrations feature red turtle cakes. As a result, it is not unexpected that we consume 80 kg of rice per person in 2016, accounting for around 26% of total daily caloric intake and costing an average of 44 ringgit per household each month. Households in Sabah spend the most on rice at 73 ringgit per month, while those in Perlis spend the least at only 13 ringgit per month. This means that 2.7 million metric tons of rice were consumed in the same year, where 67% was made in the country and the remainder was imported most often from Thailand, Vietnam and Pakistan. The National Agro-Food Policy Mong 2011 until 2020 is coming to an end in less than a year. Since of this, and because rice is so important, the Khazanah Research Institute, which means KRI, performed an evaluation of the paddy and rice industries. The report's goals are to examine the industry's history, meet important stakeholders, investigate statistical trends, identify issues, and lastly make recommendations for the industry's future direction. The sluggish release of new paddy varieties as well as limited farm extension programs and poor farm management methods are among these challenges. There is also a propensity to prioritize protecting the industry's major stakeholders, customers, 31 million, and farmers, which is 220 200,000 at the expense of the interest of other stakeholders. The problem is compounded by stakeholder distrust, which leads to supply chain disconnections. Data transparency, reliability, and frequency difficulties also exist, resulting in delayed policy and private sector reaction to industry development.
Now, I'm going to deliver a presentation of my part, which is the current development of cocoa. Firstly, it is an important crop where it's usually produced because it's produce cocoa powder and chocolate. After harvesting, it can generally generate these materials through several stages of processing in factories. In cocoa powder, it contains theobromine, which aids in inflammation reduction and may protect you from diseases such as heart disease, cancer, and diabetes. It is because cocoa is high in phytonutrients while being low in fat and sugar. The calories you obtain from cocoa powder will be high in beneficial compounds. Next, the government supplying specified cocoa planting materials. The government intends to maximize productivity by giving specified cocoa planting supplies that ensure a high yield. It explains the numerous propagation strategies that may be used to produce and provide a big number of cocoa plants to producers. Since the delivery of new better planting material to farmers from the government is important to boosting cocoa production and modernizing the crop, it was expected that this strategy will help to find its way into national cocoa programs, making the cocoa farming more appealing and sustainable. Lastly, enhance the lives and income for farmers. The cocoa crops can help to enhance the lives and income for farmers while poverty reduction. The world's demand for cocoa is rising, hence this cocoa production can help to improve the farmers' ability to capitalize on global demand and so have access to a sustainable source of revenue.
Pepper, or the scientific name Piper nigrum, is a tropical climbing plant that native from the southwestern India, or nowadays known as Malabar Coast. The history of pepper in Malaysia dates back in the early 10th century, where the plant was brought by Raja Chola, the South Indian king, and his sons to the Malay archipelago. Pepper has been used largely across the world and mainly used as flavoring to the cuisine. Other than flavoring, pepper also can be used in various ways, such as a medicine, and also it can help to quit smoking by inhaling the black pepper oil. These days, Malaysia has been improving the production of pepper and successfully making its spot at number 5 in the world after Vietnam, Indonesia, Brazil, and India. The largest producer of pepper in Malaysia is Sarawak, which takes up to 98% of Malaysia's pepper production. On average, Malaysia produces 22,000 metric tons of pepper every year. In the year 2012, Malaysia even managed to gain roughly $74 million of revenue, and by the year 2020 expected to be reaching $216 million of worth of exports. The rate of improvement in Malaysia's pepper in marketing successfully breaking the international market, and the majority of sales are to the Japan, taking up to 60% of pepper consumption in that country is from Malaysia. In fact, this kind of feat was also achieved because of the help from the small-scale pepper farmers in the country. With the initiative to maintain the sales of pepper, Malaysia is on the way of making its own Malaysian pepper branding industry, led by the Malaysian Pepper Board (MPB). The main purpose of it is as guidance and also to promote the industry with policies formulated by the Malaysia's Ministry of Plantation Industry and Commodities. Paper industry growth is fueled by research and development projects. Because of the majority of paper is from Sarawak, Malaysian paper can also be known as Sarawak paper. In the coming years, Malaysia's industry is expected to be expanding and new regional farm-based micro-branding projects are soon to be revealed. Other than that, the effort of making new varieties that can be more resistant to pests and diseases, responsive to fertilizer, and produce higher yields is the top priority of the industry. Paper industry in Malaysia will surely and constantly growing with the help of the moral boost and achievement that Malaysia already achieved to this day. Moreover, the industry still has the room to explore, including the area of cosmetics and pharmaceutical products, and at the same time will open up a lot of job opportunities for the new Gen Zs, thus making Malaysia's paper industry more known to the world.
Okay, thank you. Malaysia, which was formerly one of the top 3 pineapple growers in the world in the 1960s and early 1970s, now has a small industry. Pineapple is the first commodity of industrial crop with a significant export potential. Pineapple are mostly planted at Sarawak, Sabah, Johor, Kedah, Selangor, Penang, and Kelantan. Among all of the pineapple varieties that was planted in Malaysia, which is Morris Gajah, Josephine, Yankee, Gandul, N36, and MD2. But there are only 2 local varieties that have been successfully exported, which mainly to Singapore and United Arab Emirates, which is Josephine and N36. Malaysia was the world's third largest exporter of canned pineapple in the late 1960s and early 1970s. It was announced by Malaysian Pineapple Board will increase the use of technology in pineapple growing in the country, with the hopes of increasing production. Datuk Dr. Sarudin Jamal, chairman of LPNM, said it was in line with the government efforts to address the issue of the fourth industrial revolution. The Internet of Things, or IoT, which allows for remote monitoring and control, was the new technology that was ideal for pineapple cultivation to boost the efficiency of agriculture. The producer will be able to easily access data linked to crop agronomy, such as the amount of fertilizer content, soil pH, humidity, temperature, and also rainfall distribution. Utilizing the smart tiny system to calculate the actual needs of the pineapple to grow using IoT. Local data obtained by sensor is used in the smart tiny system will be instantly accessible and analyzed via smartphone application or tabs wherever we are, allowing us to determine the true needs in the field. Farm owner will be able to delegate work on the farm to their employees without needing to be present at the farm in this manner. To conclude, the prospect of the pineapple industry for the next 10 years is bright. In line with the various strategy that have been identified and implemented to strengthen the value chain. Program and project implemented by government seems to be effective and resulted with a stronger industry. As a conclusion, generally, the current development of the crops in Malaysia are getting enhanced since agriculture is become one of the main important sector in the state. For several decades, this sector has made a great contribution of the economic growth of the country. Manufacturing agriculture product for domestic consumption such as cocoa, pineapple, rubber, paper and oil palm, while also generating export earnings. However, the agriculture industry, like other sectors, has encountered several problems, causing the Malaysian economy to experience a thrill ride. Fortunately, the government launched an initiative known as agriculture policy, which is a set of strategic direction for Malaysia agriculture sector. As we all know, the agriculture industry continues to play a critical role in providing food, growing the economy, and generating revenue from export products. The agriculture sector development is typically managed by comprehensive and market-driven agriculture policy, and these outstanding policies encourage the industry to develop sustainably and contribute to Malaysia's economic development. Previously, since the COVID-19 pandemic hit into the states, the economic sector, including agriculture sector, has been shut down as it remains uncertain in economic growth due to multiple life changes in economic and business. Numerous farmers and entrepreneurs have placed themselves in a tough position in this sector, resulting in the company decision. However, the government has implemented a number of initiatives to maintain agriculture growth while limiting the effect of the movement control order. Hopefully, that the agriculture sector will keep developing in Malaysian economy because it is the major industry in our state and help to become the recovery of the Malaysian economy due to the COVID-19 pandemic today. So that's all from us. Thank you.